so in this lesson we're going to be looking at the practical application of the Oyazuki lunge punch and the Yakuzuki reverse punch. Okay, so first of all, let's just take a quick look at the techniques that we're going to be looking at today. So basically we're going to be using a straight punch to the face and then a straight punch to the body. Okay, so the first punch is Oyazuki. Oyazuki is a lunging straight punch. Yakuzuki comes off the backhand, which is a reverse punch. Okay, now the actual application of these two techniques is very common in karate. So most styles of karate use these two techniques together. More so with Shotokan and also with Wado Ryu karate. These are very, very common. And you'll see these techniques being used a lot in tournaments, as well as being great for self-defense. Now, the reason these two techniques are so effective is the fact that they are straight punches. Okay, so they're going down the middle of the actual target. So as you're attacking your opponent, the strikes are coming through the middle straight. And so therefore the eye actually struggles to see those strikes coming through, giving your opponent less time to react and get out of the way or block or defend your attack. And then the reason that straight techniques work better than, say, rounded techniques is, one, they're a lot faster to do, okay, because they're very quick and straight, but more so it's the eye perception of speed. Anything coming in a straight direction, we can't gauge the speed of it, and that's why vehicles are fitted with brake lights. Because if you're travelling behind another car and the car was to brake with no brake lights, before you realised, or before your eye realised that that vehicle was slowing down, you would have hit it. Okay, and that's the reason we have brake lights on vehicles. And this applies exactly the same principle to the Oyazuki and the Yakuzuki reverse punch. Okay, so very good technique, very difficult to block against and defend against. So let's get into the actual technique itself now. Okay, so first of all, whenever we're striking with these two techniques, the first one, Oyazuki Jodan. Okay, so Jodan means head or head level in Japanese. Okay, and the second strike will be Chudan. Okay, so aiming for the center or the stomach area. Okay, so Oyazuki lunge punch to the face and then Yakuzuki reverse punch to the body. Okay, and you will see this being used a lot in tournaments, and the reason for the head body combination is if you're in a sparring situation and someone punches to the head, you'll more likely come up and block, okay, which then lifts the elbow up and then leaves a gap here for the reverse punch to come in. You know, you're more advanced, then you would probably get that hand down there and block. But if you develop this very quickly, then it's very difficult to defend against because it is coming again through the middle. Okay, so let's go back to the technique. So this fist will point straight to the face, then this fist will go straight to the stomach. So basically 1, 2 into there. So nice and quick, and they must chain together. So this one's just about to land, this one will be on its way. Okay, so as we come from here, 1, 2. Okay, so this second punch has to be, as soon as this one goes, this one has to go after it. Okay, and then that goes through the middle, makes it very difficult for the person to block the actual technique. Okay, now for you to learn the technique correctly, we must ensure that the elbows stay in until the very last second. Okay, so if you watch this technique, this hand is facing forward, and if you do become a member of KKA, you will obviously use my checkpoint system. I'm not going to get into that too much in this lesson, but you will be learning all the checkpoints with all the different techniques. But for this lesson, we're going to just focus on the Oyazuki and lunge punch in practical application. So you'll see this front hand. Okay, the bottom of the hand is facing down. Now it needs to stay in that position until the very end. Okay, so you'll see I stay through, and then right the very end I twist. So if we go from the side, I come through, twist at the very end. Now the reason for that is if I twist at the start, you can see my elbow sticks out. Remember what we talked about right at the start. Eye perception. Anything coming straight through the middle is very difficult for us to see. As soon as we see this, we can react, we can move back. So it's important to keep your elbow down, fist through, twist at the end, okay? And this keeps this from happening. Also, as soon as we pop the elbow out to the side, we then do a looping punch, which takes longer to do and also loses a lot of power, okay? So it's very important that we keep our fist in this position right till the last second, and then we twist right at the end. And the same rule applies to the yakizuki. So the yakizuki is obviously chudan, okay, so stomach level. But again, if I twist my fist first, or I pop my elbow to the side, as you can see, it will loop in this position, giving me a bad technique, bad punch. But if I keep my elbow in, rub it across the back of my ribs, and then twist right at the end. This way, the eye isn't seeing any sideward movement from my arms when I punch. Very important if you want to develop a very good Oizuki lunge punch combination. So when we practice this technique, we must make sure we're practicing it slowly and correctly each time. So slowly, correctly each time. And then once we get better at the technique, we can obviously bring the speed in, okay? So once we've got used to doing it slowly, 1, 2, we can keep that, 1, 2, nice and quick. And you'll see from the camera there, you don't see those strikes coming forward. So if you're using that in a self-defense situation and you're striking somebody with the Oizuki reverse punch, then it's very difficult for that person to see those strikes coming forward, okay? So that's been the basic application of the Oizuki Yakizuki reverse punch. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care.